Hello and welcome to the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre in Oakville, Ontario for Week 10 of the Arena Lacrosse League. Tonight's matchup features the Oshawa Outlaws visiting the Toronto Monarchs. I'm Lance Wynn working alongside JVI Productions as usual. Starting goalies for tonight's game. For the Outlaws, it'll be Scotty Comer. He comes in with a 1-4 record and a 13.28 goals against average. And Joel Watson will get the start for the Monarchs. An impressive 1-0, 6.30 goals against average. That's first in the Arena Lacrosse League. He will handle the net minding duties for Toronto. Head coaches for tonight's game. On the Outlaws bench, it's Steve McCarthy in his third season. His assistants are Steve Toll and John Webb. And for the Monarchs, Blaine McCauley is at the helm. His assistants are Mike Falconer, Ryan Marshall, Spencer Janes, and Matt Pelkey. Officials for tonight's game. Roger Nurse is the crew chief. He'll be joined by Mike Sullivan and Kyle Coulter. So set to get started here as two teams very, very close in the standings. The Outlaws come in 4-6 and they sit fifth. The Monarchs 5-4, and with a win today by the Timbermen, Monarchs drop to third place in the standings. And off the draw, a short-manned Monarchs team as they're missing a whole bunch of their core players, and we'll see how they fare here as the first loose ball will go to the Outlaws as they will race up, and it's Josh Tagore ran into a wall, that wall being Eric Krapinczyk, and it's loose on the boards in the neutral zone. That's knocked down, and it'll be the Monarchs, had it momentarily, but once again Outlaws fight off the loose ball. It remains loose, and the scrum ensues. Knocked back, picked up by Tagore, and fired on target. No problem for Watson, and first possession for the Toronto Monarchs. They'll get their offense out there. Eye on number 21, Ed Renault, one of the leading scorers in the Arena Lacrosse League, as Renault comes in as one of the goal leaders with 22. We talk about that. You look at the Oshawa side of things, and John St. John is the leading point getter in the Arena Lacrosse League. He's on the carpet now with Nick Andrioli, as well as Josh Gilray out there too, working on the right side, looking for a screen, kicks it back, big shot, and a good start from Cam Garland. So Cam Garland's first shot of the game goes low in the far corner, and it's 1-0 for the Outlaws. Tyler Halls and the veteran Graham Bergsma back in the circle, and a procedure call will give Bergsma the Outlaws possession. Big Mike Triolo out there now, wrong stick side. He'll kick it across with a good skip pass. And he'll look to get it back, but had a notion out there was Luke Lasowicz, and keep an eye on him. Another sniper in this Outlaws lineup. Lasowicz had an opening, had it knocked out of his stick at the last minute by Patrick Miles. And here come the Monarchs in transition with a chance here, and a good save there at the other end by Comer. That on, I'm going to say that's Riley Camano. But again, I will have clarification, wide open, and with a look from point blank was Garland. Sniffing his second, could not beat Watson. And here come the Monarchs in transition. Jordan McKibben. He'll dump it off and peel away. Sam Postma, one of the scoring leaders as well. A good diving attempt there. But coming up empty was Campbell Parker, and the outlet goes to the Outlaws as they move it up over the timeline. Mike Ribka will retreat and give it up to St. John. St. John turns the corner, had a screen, kicks it back out to Tompkinson. He'll swing it around. They'll go to work on the right side. And too much screening on the screen, and it will go up the other way. Graham Bergsma on defense there as he's got one-on-one with Miles. Good move, but a stop made by Comer. And Bergsma has it knocked out of his stick, but almost bailed out by Mike Triolo, but he took his eye off it, lost it, possession to the Monarchs. Their offense will go back to work. Sam Clare out there as well as they start things off on the left side. And they swing it back to the right. Looking for an opening was Jordan Medeiros. Kicked it back out. And Sam Clare with a chance. His shot goes wide. Stays in bounds. Shot clock violation. Possession will go to the Outlaws. Ryan McCrory, he will dump it off. He'll retreat to the bench. And they'll kick things off on the half-board's left side. Swung across by McNulty. He'll kick it back out. Triolo will swing it around. Andrioli, exceptional speed as he looks for an opening. Under 10 on the shot clock. Got to go. Faked the flip back. Kicked it back out. Triolo looking for that quick pass. Came up empty, and it'll go the other way with the Monarchs. Postma will kick it back to the top. They'll swing it around, and it'll be the left side. Renault, bounce shot, right on target. Comer made that look easy. He'll shoot the outlet out, and the Outlaws will get it over the timeline. And an 8-second call, so a little too casual on the play was Mark DeBrone, and that will take us to our officials' timeout. Set to resume action here with 9:48 to go in the opening quarter. The Outlaws leading this game 1-0. Sam Postma had a notion, kicked it back out, looking for something better. He'll attack in, curl around, look for the dump off. Goes to the sidearm, rings it off the post. It goes the length of the carpet. And Watson will shoot it up, and they'll go to work with a fresh clock. A lot of the offense with Jordan Dance not in the lineup as Postma makes a nice move. Big save, though, by Comer as he uses the arm, and having trotted through the crease was Postma, so that will be a turnover, and it'll be Graham Bergsma to bring it up, and he headmans it up nicely to McNulty. McNulty will dump it off out there with Cam Garland. And that's coughed up. Monarchs now racing up. And going hard up the middle is Sam Clare, but it's a good save. And it'll come back the other way with McNulty. Jeff McNulty will dump it off. St. John on the half boards. In traffic was Josh Gilray. Had it knocked out of his stick, and the Monarchs will bring it back. Postma swinging around, left side Renault. Renault curled, faked the curl, came back, snuck a quick shot between the defender and beat Comer, and we're all tied 1-1. Ed Renault opens the scoring for the Monarchs with his 23rd goal of the season and first of today's game, as the Monarchs get possession off the draw, and they will get their offense out there and go back to work. Campbell Parker looking for an opening, can't shed a defender. And that was some good defense played by Tyler Roach. And again, dumped off. 5 on the shot clock. Renault's got it in the corner, gonna have to curl around, get one off, does. Steered aside, but it remains loose in the corner. 4 Outlaws there, and they come away with it, and they'll bring it up over the timeline. DeBrone will get it off to Jeremy McWaters, and McWaters will go to big Captain Triolo on the right side. Garland out there, St. John on the left side. St. John curls around, Beautiful shot. That is a definitely off the crossbar and in. So a beauty finish for the league's leading scorer, John St. John, and it's 2-1 for the Outlaws. So John St. John putting together his finest season in the Arena Lacrosse League. That with his 25th goal of the season, first of the game. He leads the league in points. He's second in goals behind his teammate Laskowitz, and he's first in assists. So John St. John, a big factor in this Oshawa team as McNulty's shot steered aside by Watson. Goes up to the rafters, and it'll be possession to the Outlaws with 6:45 to go here, opening quarter. Andrioli makes a move, tough angle, couldn't find the mark, and not able to corral it was Laskowitz, and it'll be possession to the Monarchs deep in the offensive end. Outlaws, of course, come in sitting fifth, but just 3 points separate 5 teams. That, of course, 5 of the 7, and a beautiful swim move and goal from Postma. So Sam Postma shows you why he's one of the scoring leaders, and we're all tied 2-2. So Sam Postma puts on an impressive display to tie this game at 2-2. And Tyler Halls with some good stick work as he'll stay on and play some offense as Patty Miles will kickstart things here in a 2-2 game. 6 minutes to go. And a beautiful bounce shot finish. So Tanner Buck's on the score sheet, his first of the game. And it's a 3-2 Monarchs lead. Tanner Buck picked up his 17th goal of the season as ball loose, and Zach Tompkinson jumps on that loose ball, finds McNulty, give and go, and a beautiful finish by McWaters. So an outstanding three-way passing play by the Outlaws. They counter right away, and we're tied 3-3. So good job by the officials to get together just to verify that there was no incident on that play. A good three-way passing play capped off by McWaters. And a good work by Comer to get it up to McWaters. McWaters now attacking 2-on-1 with numbers. McNulty's shot stopped by Watson. He picks up the rebound, and he'll give the Outlaws a fresh 30 to work with. St. John got Triolo playing down low. He'll swing out to the half boards and interchange. Quick stick by McNulty. Couldn't finish there. Rebound picked up by the Outlaws. Good job by Brad Lyons out there as he'll retreat to the bench. And they'll start things on the right side. St. John way out on the half boards, moving in. He'll come in, roll, and an underhand finish. So bouncing off Tanner Buck and getting off the underhand is St. John. He's got his second of the game. And it's a 4-3 Oshawa lead. Riley Morgan and Graham Bergsma back in the circle. Bergsma does a good job to win that draw. And Mark DeBrone has possession, will dump it off to Nick Andrioli. Offense will go to work here for the Outlaws one more time with 4:35 to go in this opening quarter. Andriolo kick it back to St. John at the top, swing around right side. Laskowitz gets a step, moves in, bounce shot stopped by Watson. And he will send the outlet to Miles, who will get it up quickly to Sam Clare. Sam Clare with a burst of speed. He'll kick it back out, wait for the rest of the offense, and they'll go through Ed Renault on the half boards left side. Renault swing it back to the right. Jordan Medeiros. No opening there. That shot from way out. Comer didn't find it initially, but managed to steer it away from the goal line, and back come the Outlaws, and A good job to defend Ryan McCrory there, and getting away with a bit of a shirt tug was Ribka. And now the Monarchs go to work with 3:40 to go here, opening quarter. Renault gets a screen from Buck, and will kick it over to Postma. Postma looking down low to Miles. Miles pass, knocked down. Picked up though by Buck, has his man beat, goes to the net, underhand, picks the corner. So Comer thought he had the angle covered. Not enough of that angle. And Buck parks it. We're all tied 4-4. Tyler Halls and Paul Jelly. Jelly wins that one easily. And the Outlaws once again will get possession with McWaters. His pass, though, to McNulty goes awry, and the Monarchs will pick it up and counter the other way. Cam Mancini goes behind the net before flipping it out to Renault. He'll get back to his stick side, and Renault with an opening bullet off the crossbar. And there's a race for it now. And DeBrone wins the race, goes to the corner. Good save by Watson, rebound picked up. Watson with another great save. Monarchs pick that up, and it's Camano, and he'll get it over the timeline, and the Monarchs no room to breathe for Medeiros, and Postma there to bail him out. Tracks the double team. Pinned in the corner, and that's going to be a possession call, and it's going to go in favor of the Monarchs. We're going to have ourselves our second officials timeout. Cam Mancini will start things off as we're back from the second officials timeout. And a good first step by Jordan Medeiros, curled back out, still has it. He'll kick it way out to Renault. Renault, stick check, picked up by Buck. Buck will flip it back to Renault. Renault will look for an opening, and under no circumstance is that an illegal screen, going up the other way to the Outlaws. In transition, a good lead pass. Gilray had a notion and curled out. Thought better of it. Will look for a higher percentage shot. Good decision by Josh Gilray as he found John St. John is swinging on the other side, working with Laskowicz. Andrioli here on the left. St. John gets the screen. Andrioli looks for the flip, dumps it off. Not there. Good defense. And the Monarchs now will try to capitalize. In transition, Tyler Halls sees the defensive troops come out, thinks better of it, flips to Postma. Minute 20 to go here, opening quarter. Buck will swing it to Renault. Renault with an opening one-on-one, goes to the, tried to go short side. Comer having none of it, and rebound, loose ball to the Outlaws. Headman to Ribka. Ribka looking for an opening, will dump it off. Cam Garland. Cam finds Laskowicz, who will swing it. They'll start it right side with McWaters. Kick back out, Triolo. Lock and load off the post. Gets his own rebound, fresh 30 with 40 seconds to go opening quarter. Garland barrels in. Triolo, good shot, steered aside by Watson. Fresh clock, 30 left in the opening quarter. Plenty of time on the shot clock. It's only a 2-second differential as no delayed penalty and the net empty. St. John for the extra attacker. Outlaws looking for something. Good pass, quick stick, impossible angle. Knocked down. 3 on the clock. That shot wide of the mark, and we'll go to the bench, and that will do it for the opening 15 minutes. We're all tied 4-4. All set to go for quarter number 2. Tie game here as off the draw, the Outlaws digging for it, but as are the Monarchs, and the Outlaws with possession momentarily until they're knocked off it. Monarchs now have it. Halls with 2 on him, and they're going to try to push that limit. He does get it over in the 8-second time allotted, and the offense now will get a chance to go to work. Sam Clare out there with Eric Kaprinsik. Sam Postma, beauty move, underhand wide of the mark. And with time running down, Renault will dump it back down in the corner. Good heads-up play now. The Outlaws will bring it back the other way. First possession of the second quarter. Andrioli will get it to St. John's, working the half boards left side. He'll kick it back out. They'll swing it around to the right. Josh Gilray looking for Big Triolo. His bounce shot wide of the mark. That's going to go over the timeline and will be a violation, possession to the Monarchs. So Toronto doing a good job of staying close despite a shortened bench, as I believe they come in with just 13 runners. So the question isn't always what goes on early, it's more so what will happen late come the third and fourth quarter when those legs are just feeling a little wobbly. So we'll see if fatigue's a factor in the later stage of this game, but right now Ed Renault threw a screen, and I don't even think Coomer's seen that, as it just went off the post. Got a reset. Another shot, bullet by Postma, and Coomer definitely saw that one. And they will move it up. Bergsma will dump it off, and him and Laskowicz do a chest bump as they'll set things up here with 13 minutes to go in the second. St. John, league's leading scorer, already has 2 goals in this game. Laskowicz working one-on-one, curls around, kicks it back out, swung around McNulty. St. John, 5 on the shot clock. In tight, beautiful pass to McWaters and an even better finish, and it's 5-4 Outlaws. Outstanding passing as McWaters with an underhand snipe off the feed from St. John. So an impressive goal gives the Outlaws a 1-goal lead. Back to work, though, come Sam Postma and the Toronto Monarchs. Swinging around, left side to Renault. Renault through a crowd goes off Comer, and I think we're going to see Tyler Roach go to the penalty box. Not sure if Ed Renault is going to join him, but we'll see if it is our first Visionware power play. So Tyler Roach, the guilty party, 2 minutes for slashing. I don't think he liked the follow-through from the Ed Renault shot. Took exception and got caught in the retaliation. Renault ducks in for 2, curls back out, looks for a better one, will kick it out, skip pass down right side. Postma, right shooter, swings it back to the top. Good save there made by Comer, and a better pass up to Tompkinson. Tompkinson will dump it off to Gage Board, and Gage Board will wait and work some clock with 1:20 to go in the penalty. St. John, one-on-one, barrels his way in, lets the underhand go. Watson handled that no problem, and it'll be back up the other way with the Toronto Monarchs. Campbell Parker will dump it off as Tanner Buck back out there. He will headman this power play with Ed Renault on the left side. It's got Renault on the left, Postma on the right. Postma with an opening, underhand wide of the mark, corralled by Renault. Shot clock winding down, dump down low, looking for the quick stick finish from Buck. Couldn't get it, and the Outlaws now will race it up over the timeline. Brad Lyons will go for a bit of a jog. 35 seconds left in the penalty. And they'll try to kill a majority of it with Gilray. St. John with an opening, some room. Bullet stopped. And the Monarchs with a headman, Pat Miles. Miles in all alone, got lots of time to size it up. Goes to the far corner. Stopped, though, by Comer. And it's St. John hustling back. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. for the Monarchs. 10 seconds, 5 seconds to kill for the Outlaws. Laskowitz. Got to watch, give him an opening. He'll let it go. Tried to dump it off to Tompkinson, picked off, and the Monarchs will bring it the other way. Krapinsic tried to kick it out. Pass will go over the timeline, violation, and it'll be possession to the Outlaws deep in the offensive zone. 10 minutes left here, second quarter. Outlaws lead this one 5-4. Laskowitz and Triolo on the right side. Triolo tried to sneak that one under the arm of Watson. Watson having none of it, dumped it off to Miles, and Miles will get it back up to Tyler Halls. Halls will find Postma, half boards, right side. Postma, kick it back out. Renault, one-on-one. Swim move over, drives to the net, tries the side switch shot. No short side at all. And now it's the Outlaws racing back the other way. Gage Board does a good job to spin off a defender and get it down to Jeff McNulty. McNulty will kick it out. St. John with an opening, fakes once, driving it in, goes around, good backhand pass. Backhand try by McNulty, rebound, big save by Watson. Rebound corralled by the Outlaws. They'll get a fresh clock with just under 9 minutes to go, and had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction from Watson. Either way, that'll take us to our officials' timeout. Back to life here for the final 8:40 of this opening half. Outlaws with possession. St. John to Gilroy. Gilroy with a hard hit. Still maintain possession. St. John with plenty of time on the shot clock. Gilroy, skip pass. Good hands, Andrioli. Not able to beat Watson. And here comes Halls and the Monarchs. Looks like there's going to be a delayed vision wear power play coming. I think they're going to call the slash on the play. And the Monarchs now have the net empty for the extra attacker. They'll work it around the horn, 10 on the shot clock. Postma down on the right crease, kicks it back out. Big shot. That goes up and into the bleachers, and we will have another vision wear power play. Josh Gilroy convicted 2 minutes for slashing, and for the second time in this game, the Monarchs will go to work on a vision wear power play. Renault out there, Buck at the top. He'll kick it back over. Postma out there as well. He's on the right side. Skip pass, not able to corral it. Good hustle by the defense. Battling in there is Josh Taguri as the scrum ensues, and the Monarchs run out of time. Possession to the Outlaws. So a good job by Oshawa on that loose ball sequence, and it's Gage Board that was in the middle of it, and he comes away with the rubber. Mike Triolo, minute 15 to go in the penalty. He'll size things up, look for a screen from Laskowitz. Gets one, and he flips it back. Laskowitz, his shot blocked, and it'll be Patty Miles in the corner as he'll try and work some clock as well as obtain possession, which he does. Good veteran move by Miles, and he'll get it over the timeline. Flip and retreat. Power play will go back to work. Buck still out there with Renault. Postma on his right and left side. Renault dumps it down behind the net, not able to complete the pass. Bergsma now working, tries to knock it over the timeline, and that's an over and back call. So Sam Clare had a bit of a mental lapse there, and the Outlaws now trying to take advantage of it. McNulty on the run. Good pass, good cut, but a better save from Watson. And the Monarchs just throw it away with 12 seconds left in the Oshawa penalty. they'll kill this off and then have a chance to go to work on offense as we near the 6-minute mark of this second quarter. Teams now at full strength. St. John, skip past Laskowicz. Hasn't been able to get much off here in this game up to this point as he runs out of time there. So good defense by Camano, and the Monarchs now will bring it back up and they'll get their chance to work on offense. So nothing doing, 0 for 2 on the power play with the Monarchs. And now they'll try to go to work with teams 5 aside. Postma had a notion, backed up, almost bucked on the way back. Had it, curled out, made another good move, slipped a bit. Again, spins through 2 defenders. Again, tries to work his way in there, but running out of time. Shot clock violation, so give both teams credit on defense as they've had 2 very good defensive stands back to back. St. John with an opening. He dumps it off Tompkinson. Couldn't handle the pass cleanly. And the Monarchs now will race up. Good hands, Patty Miles. Getting chased by Triolo. Bounces off one, and he'll curl out and wait for some assistance. Buck. Good hands to make that pass. Good shot, but again, Comer up to the task. Here come the Outlaws. 4:40 to go here, opening half. Triolo, good pass looking for St. John. He couldn't catch it clean. Outlaws, they'll track it down. Andrioli had it pop out of his stick, and off to the races is Camano. Camano, one fake, no fake, stopped easily by Comer. And the Outlaws will counter, bringing it back the other way. Good transition. 4:15 to go. St. John, dump it down low. Had a man down there, not able to corral that pass, and the Monarchs once again, Merry Christmas, return to favor, possession Outlaws. St. John looking for a cutter in Cam Garland. Cam took his eye off it, and it went right back to the Monarchs, 3:45 to go. Buck. Looking for a screen. Got one, didn't use it though, and he'll swing it to the right side, back to the left. Parker will kick it back. Postma opening. Couldn't get that shot through. Again, good defense by the Outlaws, and it's Tompkinson that'll race up and find an open man, and Tyler Roach with a chance. His shot wide. Patty Miles will bring it back for the Monarchs. Out of the back door. Didn't have an opening there. They'll kick it back out to Renault, and he'll reset the offense. Mancini. Good try. Beautiful save by Comer, and Bergsman with a good lead pass, and putting on a good hesitation, but not enough, was Josh Tagore. So some good defense again by the Monarchs. They thwart that transition opportunity, and St. John out of the bench goes to the low bounce. So John St. John with his 3rd of the game, and it's a 6-4 Oshawa lead. So St. John came in as the league leader with 63 points. He's got a hat trick up to this point, and at the very least a couple of assists. So he's on pace to do what he usually does, as we will have our final officials timeout of this half. All set for the remainder, 2:35 to go in the second quarter. Outlaws leading this one 6-4. Give and go. Gilroy just missed the far corner. Picked up by McNulty. Laskowicz quit stick. Stopped by Watson. And a good job there by Mike Ribka not to take out Tyler Halls with a blind hit. Played the ball, and the possession goes to the Outlaws with just over 2 minutes to go. St. John, Gilroy around the horn to Laskowicz. Laskowicz looking for an opening, peels back, kicks it back out. St. John gives it back to McWaters, and Jeremy McWaters with the finish. He's got 3 this half, And it's a 7-4 Oshawa lead. So the Outlaws have reeled off 3 straight. And that's the difference here in this game, 7-4. As now, once again, Oshawa with it, and it'll be Triolo. Laskowicz, shot wide of the mark. St. John will track that down, no reset, dumps it. Laskowicz will try it again. This one stopped by Watson. And he'll send the outlet to Miles. Miles, play the carom, pick that up with a minute and a half to go here in the second. Renault, wrong stick side. Shot steered aside by Comer. And here come the Outlaws. Bergsma in the rush with Aaron Walker. Bergsma sidearm goes off a defender and out of play. So it'll be possession to the Outlaws. A minute 18 to go here in the second. St. John. He'll kick it back out. Gilroy, Laskowicz, Triolo also out there, as is Cam Garland. Ball loose and picked up by Laskowicz. He'll swing it. St. John had a notion, kicked it back down. Curling around was Garland. He'll look for Triolo. Triolo overhand right off the Monarchs logo. Stopped by Watson. We're under a minute to go here in the half. Halls almost right into the stick of Triolo. Goes right to Gage Board, looking for St. John. Fakes that, and with 35 seconds to go, they will play for a better shot. St. John waiting for the rest of the offense. Plenty of time on the shot clock. He'll dump it off to Laskowicz. Laskowicz will settle things, and we'll have a timeout called on the play. So a good heads-up play, timeout Outlaws. Set to go here, back to action with 22 seconds on the game clock, 5 on the shot clock. Triolo weaving in, dumps it down low, quick stick, good save by Watson. And the Monarchs will call timeout with 12 seconds to go. Back at her with 14 seconds to go. Monarchs with possession deep in their own end. It's going to be Tanner Buck one-on-one. And he's got Josh Taguri on him. Does a good job. Gets the screen to get it offensive end. 5 on the clock. Postman dumps it down low. Screen back out. No look up the middle. Big save. So Coomer gets the job done and makes a big save. And not quite sure what the whistle is. If official Kyle Coulter's calling crease or possession and I think what we're going to do is we're going to let that clock elapse, and that'll be the last shot of the half. And the score, as we played 30 minutes here at the track, 7-4 Outlaws. All locked and loaded here for the start of the third quarter. 3 unanswered goals from the Outlaws have given them a 7-4 lead. And in case you didn't know, those were the only 3 goals scored in that second quarter. As when you look at the Monarchs, it was Scotty Coomer that closed the door and hasn't allowed a goal in the second quarter. So back to work on offense. Gilroy at the top. He'll swing it to Laskowicz over on the right side. Laskowicz looking for St. John, who was cruising around the slot. They run out of time. Possession will go to the Monarchs. Patty Miles will dump it off to Sam Postma, who will do a little shuck and jive before giving it off. They'll work the left side. Ed Renault will dump it off, and Postma will get it back. 10 on the shot clock. Good speed. Had a notion. Pulled back. Looking for an opening. Flip goes to Postma. 5, going to have to do something. Ducks under. Runs into 3 guys and a heavy hit. Good D by the Outlaws. They force a turnover. They'll bring it back in transition. Ribka. Dump it off. Andrioli. He will get it back out to Gilray, who will swing it around to Laskowicz. Big Mike Triolo, glad to have him back as he looked like an incidental trip. Laskowicz had his shot blocked by Halls. Halls off to the races but doesn't have numbers as he'll go by one defender. Has some room, up, down, ran out of room and curled back out, and he will wait for the offense. Mancini. 10 on the shot clock. One-on-one, takes that shot, uses the defender as a screen. Good save by Coomer. And St. John dumps it the other way. Probably had McWaters wide open. Went to the backhand, and it'll be Patty Miles that will steer it. And Buck will pick it up, get it over the timeline. Miles will dump it down low. Hard pass, rebound. Miles tried to get it. Postma there, and he comes away with it. Good move. Can't get by a defender. Dumps it off to Miles. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Renault comes in as a late trailer. Didn't see an opening. He'll curl back out. Bergsma playing some good defense. Closes that off. Look inside. That pass goes to the boards. 5 on the shot clock. Postma trying to get something off, and a late hit. And we hope that Postma's going to be okay, as that was a bit of a late hit from Rob Kloffer, and we hope that Postma's okay. Sam Postma, an integral part of the Monarchs offense, and in the meantime, between time, Ed Renault had too much to say to official Kyle Coulter, who teed him up for an unsportsmanlike, and the Outlaws will get their first Visionware power play of this game. St. John curling around, hits Laskowicz. Luke Laskowicz gets it back to St. John. Size things up, interchange. Triolo at the top. Dumps it down. Laskowicz underhand, stopped by Watson. Ball loose. Laskowicz with a tip, tried to tip it to himself. And fighting his way out of it and knocking that ball up over the timeline, doing a good job, was Sam Clare. 2-on-1. Clare gets it back. Goes to the corner. Good save by Coomer. And it'll be St. John. So Scotty Comer doing the job as he's putting together a solid game. Only allowed 4 goals and hasn't allowed one in well over 17 minutes here. Under a minute to go in the man advantage. 5 on the shot clock. St. John giving everyone a touch, but they need to hurry. Shot clock violation, and just a bit careless here as in transition here comes Tanner Buck. Dumps it off to a cutter. Good speed going up, down, but a better save from Coomer, and there is going to be a too many men call on the play. Campbell Parker did a good job of cutting to the net there and drew the call. Too many men on the floor, as that will nullify the Outlaws power play. And teams will play 4-on-4. Good give and go, but a late stick check, a timely one by Gage Board, thwarted that attempt. Monarchs, no reset under 10. Mancini weaving and trying to tuck it in the corner. But Comer again up to the task. Here come the Outlaws. Tompkinson puts on the brakes. He'll peel out and dump it to St. John. So now a man short are the Outlaws for another minute 15. Andrioli out there with St. John, working with McWaters. And it's Andrioli. Dumps off to St. John. He'll curl away, dump it in the corner. Well, hit Laskowicz, and he ran out of time, and the Monarchs now will get a chance to go to work on the power play, their third of this game. 0 for 2 here, as it's been a while, a long drought for these Monarchs. They haven't found the back of the net in well over a quarter and a bit. Postma. Renault, they need something from him for sure. Kicks it back out. Postma ducks one. One on the shot clock. Gonna have to get rid of it. Good defense there, and that should take us to our officials' timeout. .9:18 to go here, and 24 seconds left in the Oshawa penalty. John St. John is going to rag some time here as he goes back around the behind the net, kicks it back out to Triolo. 10 seconds left in the penalty. A 3-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Triolo takes a couple hacks, goes to the bounce. May have caught a piece of Watson, did not. Possession will go to Toronto. Miles does a good job, gets it over the timeline easy, dumps it off, and it's Buck. 1-2, big save by Comer. And here come the Outlaws in transition. Tagori stops, starts again, tracked down by Postma, does a good job. McNulty will wait, has Andrioli, dumps it right off. Andrioli, quick shot wide to the mark. Camano will pick it up, and we will have another Visionware power play. Riley Morgan with an illegal cross check, and the Outlaws will go to work with the man advantage, just their second power play of this game. Leading 7-4. St. John out there with Triolo, wide open Triolo, quick shot, stopped by Watson, reset on the clock, picked up by McNulty. He'll swing it back out. And that no look from St. John. Good job of tracking down the Karen by Laskowitz. And they'll set. Gilroy at the top. Gets pressure, dumps it off. St. John, left shooter. He's got McNulty down low, dumps it there. 10, no look. Goes right into the stick of Tyler Halls. One man to beat in John St. John. It's big size differential. Underhand off the post. Picked up by Tanner Buck with 1:15 to go in the penalty. Buck splits the double team and gets a shot off wide of the mark. Tracked down, though, and a good job by Mancini as he'll dump it back out. No reset, though. 10 on the shot clock. Under a minute to go in the penalty. Another good swim move, 1-2, but running out of room. Shot goes wide, and the Outlaws will bring it back. 45 seconds in the penalty. Triolo. And the same unit out there, with the exception of Cam Garland. So Garland, St. John left side, Triolo top, Laskowitz working with Gilray on the right side. Triolo, bullet right at him. Picked up by Patty Miles, does a good job on the swim. He's going to draw a penalty. It's going to be a slash call. Good job diving in. Another big save by Comer. And again, that power play will be nullified, and it'll be a shortened 4-on-4 before the Monarchs go on the power play. .6:27 to go here in the third. And the Monarchs are going to wait for the final 5 seconds to elapse before they go to work. Mike Triolo with a slashing call as you saw him flick back with his stick and catch a helmet. And the Monarchs now, for the fourth time, have 1:40 in the extra man. Postma trying to get it through a crowd, had it knocked down by Tagori. Postma fighting for it. It's scooped up by the Outlaws, and it's Zach Tompkinson. Has numbers, dumps it off, and picking the corner. My apologies, it was Gage Board to Zach Tompkinson, a shorthanded marker, and it's 8-4. First goal by either team here in the third quarter. As the Tagori rounds the corner on Miles, goes down 5-hole, and a late hit. So a good save by Watson. The late hit will give possession to the Outlaws. And with 5:42 They still have 1:13 to kill in the penalty. Gilray half boards right side. He'll dump it back out, and McNulty will wait. Monarchs in no hurry to pressure with 10 on the shot clock. Andrioli looking for an opening. Goes into the double team. Curls out with 5 on the shot clock, looking for an opening. Gets a shot off. Watson still had to be awake for that. Miles will pick it up. And here come the Monarchs the other way. 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. 0 for 3 with the extra man are the Monarchs here. And Postma buck shot, stopped by Comer. Bergsma will pick it up, and he'll send the outlet away. Not fielded cleanly, but a good recovery by Brad Lyons. And he'll peel out with 10 left in the penalty. So John St. John will stay on the half boards. They'll let this penalty ride its way out and get to full strength. But they'll only have about 4 seconds to work with. So under 5 on the shot clock. Dump down low. Laskowicz can't handle it. Picked up by the Monarchs. They'll race up the other way. 4:15 to go here in the third. Halls. Postma. Swing around. Renault. Working one-on-one. Trying to back his way in. Thinks better of it. Pulls it out. Steps in, had a man, couldn't get the pass to him. Under 10 on the shot clock. Postma turns the corner, dumps it down low. Good defense by the Outlaws. They knocked that down, and a good headman pass. Rybka, his shot. Easy pad save for Watson. Ball loose, and it's Patty Miles. Miles again. Will wait. 3.5 to go here in the third. 8-4 in favor of the Outlaws. And not sure if fatigue's setting in yet, but it's almost a full half without a goal for the Monarchs. On the run, and that one nowhere near the net. And that will take us to another official's timeout. 3:06 to go here in the third. John St. John will trot over the timeline. Teams back at full strength. Laskowicz trying to work a defender, can't shed it. Gives it off to Triolo. He looks, big man, fakes once, wide of the mark, 10 on the shot clock. It's going to be Tyler Halls. It's going to bring it back, and he wastes no time jumping in. Gets it to Buck. Buck can't solve Comer. Big shoulder save. And it'll be Mark DeBrone. Outlaws will pull it out and wait for another opportunity as the rest of the offense finds its way out. Gilray to Andrioli. Andrioli will kick it back out. Garland looking for the screen. Finds a trailer, gets it back. Underhand, pad save, reset, kick back out. Another possession for the Outlaws. 2 minutes to go here in the third, and Laskowicz just unloaded, and Patty Miles made sure that he didn't get a clean look. Good defense there by the Monarchs. And I've been all praises about the Oshawa D, but this Toronto D has been equally tough. And that give and go side of the net. And Campbell Parker had it kicked away, dropped his stick, picked it up, recovered. Under 10 on the shot clock. Renault, flip back to no one. And here's a race as it's a violation. Good heads-up play there from Sam Clare to run interference and allow that to be a possession call. Board, kick it back. McWaters, right on the Monarchs logo, stopped by Watson. So Watson has been good. He comes in with a 6.30 goals against, tops in the league, and he's allowed 4 here today. Good save there by Coomer at the other end. And off to the races is Taguri. Good defense by the Monarchs to get back. So the transition defense by both teams has been impressive here with under a minute to go in the third. St. John, dump it off. And a big shot from Garland. And here come the Monarchs now with 35 seconds left. They'll lug it up over the timeline and try and pocket their first goal in almost 2 quarters. Postma, been quiet, but the D has been tight. Mancini with Postma, one hand. Postma off the post. Reset, 15 left in this quarter. Kick back out, 10. Running out of time. Pull the goalie for the extra attacker. Don't have a lot of time. 5 seconds left. Postma will wait. Big shot coming up here. Underhand blocked by Tyler Roach. Good defense by the Outlaws. And we played 8-4 in favor of Oshawa. Good to go here for the fourth quarter in a game that has been chock full of Toronto droughts and outstanding defense at both ends of the carpet. And off the draw, the Monarchs with possession, trailing by 4, and that's it. So still in this game for sure with a quarter to play. Question is, do they have the legs with the shortened bench? Buck to Renault. Renault in the corner. So a late hit there. And Renault finally ends the drought. And it's 8-5. So Tanner Buck paid a hefty price as he took that late shot, setting up Ed Renault. Renault with his second of the game. First goal by the Monarchs in over a half. And now they trail 8-5, and they're back in it with possession. Moving it up. Camano will wait for some help. And despite the offensive dominance by Oshawa, you got to give Joel Watson some credit, as well as Mr. Coomer. So I said Watson only allowed 4. That's my mistake. As you know, his goals against 6.30, and he's got 8 here, but certainly keeping it in the realm. So Joel Watson showing why he is tops in goals against average. And that hit by Laskowicz, a legal screen, will give possession to the Monarchs. So my apologies if I steered you wrong. And Joel Watson, but that's cleared up. Good stick check, Mark DeBrone. DeBrone off to the races. Out there with Gage Board. Good speed, races by Tanner Buck. Takes a hard hit, Patty Miles, but a beautiful pass. So DeBrone finds Gage Board, and he parks it in the corner. And it's 9-5. So the Monarchs not able to hold off the Oshawa attack as Pat Miles overcommitted. And Gage Board made him pay. Bergsma will find McNulty on the half board's left side. And he'll kick it out to Josh Gilray. Gilray curling around, dumps it down low. Triolo, quick shot, quick finish. So give and go was a good one. And Mike Triolo on the board. It's 10-5 Oshawa. Give these Outlaws some credit. Despite the quick goal from the Monarchs to open this fourth, they've answered with 2 quick ones. Bergsma to give and go. Tried to dump it off to McNulty. Couldn't find him. And here come the Monarchs the other way. Parker will kick it back out, and Mancini will set things up. Postma back out there. Curls around, D's tight. Postma Right side, stop, start, looking for an opening, but I tell you, Aaron Walker all over him. That shot wide of the mark. Violation, possession to the Outlaws. Bergsma was sizing up the back door. Thought better of it, and now he'll make a good lob pass to St. John. So Oshawa now will, with a delayed penalty, have pulled the goalie for the extra attacker. 10 on the shot clock. St. John. Hard pass. McNulty couldn't handle it. And we'll have another Visionware power play.
Monarchs penalty to number 20. Patrick Miles, 2 minutes for slashing.
So Patty Miles, the guilty party, 2 minutes for slashing. Third power play of the game for the Outlaws. They are 0 for 2. That shot, Laskowicz gets his own rebound, has another shot at it. Watson, good save. And the Monarchs now will hustle to get it over the timeline. McNulty hustling with some forechecking, not able to do much. And Claire will peel out, dump it out. Renault, wrong stick side, had that one blocked. And I'm talking about Joel Watson, of course, the leader in goals against, but got to look at the other end because, boy, oh boy, you talk about Scotty Comer, he's doing the job. He comes in with a 13.28 goals against, and he has held this Monarchs team to just 5 goals here as that one's rung off the post. That'll go down, and it'll be a fresh clock for Oshawa. And once again, we'll see if the Monarchs have one last bit of life to put together another run. Unless the Outlaws can wield the dagger here with the man advantage. Laskowicz, Triolo at the top. St. John, left shooter. McNulty down left crease, goes to the middle. Inside, McNulty in tight. Good shoulder save by Watson. Picked up, here come the Monarchs. Good lob pass just over the outstreet arms of Big Triolo. Tanner Buck dumps it off on the run, but Camano couldn't finish, and here come the Outlaws. Gage board. 3-on-2. He thinks better of it, and he will dump and retreat to Laskowicz. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Triolo at the top, has St. John, size it up, dump that skip pass down low. No look, Triolo, bounce shot, made it look easy. So Big Triolo, the captain, with his second of the game. A power play marker, and it's 11-5. So Mike Triolo putting on a bit of a fundamental clinic. You see guys in lacrosse wind up, and the underhand's always a beauty finish. Sidearm's nice too. Backhand, of course, even better. You throw a dive in there, and that's probably one of the ultimate highlights. But no one talks about the good old overhand. Toughest shot for any goalie to stop, because based on the angle, you have no idea where it's going to go. Diving in, Comer makes a good save there. And that's going to take us to an official's timeout. $9:40 to go here, fourth quarter. And the Outlaws just looking to potentially put the finishing touches here. I know there's plenty of time, but the momentum clearly in favor of the Outlaws, as diving in was Mick Waters, creased the call. Possession will go to the goal. Question is, does Blaine McCauley and company have one last run left? Came out hot, scored their first goal in 2 quarters to open this fourth. But Oshawa has calmly responded with 3 unanswered and have taken a commanding 11-5 lead. Gilray looking for a screen from Laskowicz, gets it over to McNulty. McNulty looking for Andrioli. Andrioli can't shed Miles. His shot wide of the mark. Laskowicz got it. He's going to take a late shot, and it's going to be a good job by Watson to pick that up and send the outlet, and we're not sure what the call is here, as looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct call made by Kyle Coulter, and we'll see. Not sure if Jordan Medeiros was the guilty party or if he's just the in-home and serving it, but a 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called on the Monarchs will give the Outlaws their 4th power play of this game, another Visionware power play, and another chance. No, look, Laskowicz in tight, and he's been held off the score sheet as far as goals go in this game. Laskowicz comes in with 27, the league leader. But he has been stymied here today. No matter, his team doing quite well, and I think that's all that matters, as Miles is going to work some clock here and get it down to Buck. 5 on the shot clock. Buck curling around, dumps it off. Postma out late, going to have to shoot it. That was the idea. Postma didn't get it done there, and Laskowicz now will trot back with 7:35 to go in the 4th. Expect the Outlaws to work the entire clock. It is on their side with the man advantage. 50 seconds left in the unsportsmanlike penalty. And with 5 on the shot clock, that shot, hard shot picked up. Another one stopped by Watson. So 2 chances for Garland, both stopped by Joel Watson. And they'll bring it around the horn. 20 on the shot clock. Good skip pass. Andrioli out there with McNulty. And again, Andrioli at the top. Laskowicz, right side, curls off, looking 5-hole, stopped by Watson. Patty Miles will pick it up in his crease, looking for the long pass. Does the short one, probably a better decision, and Eric Kropinczyk will trot over the timeline. Penalty over, team's back at full strength. And Buck now with 10 on the shot clock has it taken away. Good heads-up play by McCrory. And he'll beat 2, dump it off, quick stick, good save Watson. So McCrory with a good job and a good pass. And working to move that on up is Riley Morgan. Buck, half boards, left side. Swing it around to the right. Postma. Looking for an opening. Flip. That goes awry. Picked up by the Outlaws. And Postma has been stymied here today as well. Good job by Buck to knock that one down. And the Outlaws now will be deliberate with St. John on the half board. John St. John has it knocked out last second. And here come the Monarchs with 5.5 to go. Coomer again closes the door, outlet to Bergsma. He'll move it up quick, board, 1 fake, 2 fake, back of the net. Beauty finish for Gage Board off the pass from Bergsma, and it's 12-5. So Gage Board with his 2nd goal of the game. I mentioned Postma being stymied. Stymied for him is just 1 goal here. And again, 1 goal in almost 3 quarters. Probably not going to make head coach Blaine McCauley all that pleased. As the Outlaws now leaning in was McWaters, and it's turned over. Camano. Those long strides will get it over the timeline. Graham Bergsma doing a good job of closing the gap. And that pass goes awry, loose. Good effort. Bergsma picks it up and he'll loft the lead pass. And it's a good one. Garland. Beautiful switch on the side. Cam Garland with his 2nd of the game. And it's 13-5 Outlaws. Off the draw, we can say that this one is all but over, as the Outlaws again winning all the battles. Good job by Taguri. He'll pull that one out. No need to rush at all as John St. John will be deliberate here and send it over to Laskowitz. Just over 4 minutes left here in the fourth. McNulty. He'll swing it. 5 on the shot clock. And Laskowitz will take that underhand. Stopped easily by Watson. And ball loose in the corner. And that's going to be possession to the Monarchs. And we'll see if that takes us to our final officials timeout. Back to action here with 3:42 to go. Another Visionware power play, the 5th of the game for these Outlaws. And a big shot from Andrioli, rebound picked up, and they get a fresh clock. They'll pull it back out with Mike Triolo. Good job here by the Outlaws. No need to rush. You have plenty of time. St. John, swing it over, right side. He'll size it up, dump it off. Again, gap the box, look down low, quick stick, stopped by Watson. Goes back the other way. Trying to thread the needle to Buck. Instead it goes right to Comer. And he'll move it up to St. John. .250 to go here in the fourth. A commanding 13-5 lead for the Outlaws. And St. John to Triolo. That quick stick hasn't been there. The crease men getting trapped too far behind the goal line to finish. Monarchs now will bring it up. Halls, quick shot, knocked down by St. John, and it'll go back the other way. Gage Board with the headman pass to Triolo, and he will slow it down. 30 seconds left in the Patty Miles penalty for an illegal cross-check. St. John underhand, wide of the mark, goes up and into the stands. And it'll go the other way to the Monarchs. Buck with big Mike Triolo on his tail. Did a good job to elude him, and they'll set things up. Trying to look for something positive here with under 2 minutes to go for these Monarchs. Good skip pass to Postma. Under 10 on the shot clock. 1-on-1. Got a screen. Postma couldn't dump it. Hasn't been able to find an opening. And again, shot clock violation. Good defense by the Outlaws as they've locked it down here for 4 quarters here at the track. Triolo will swing it out. St. John on the half board. Good hard hit on Gilray. Recovers. Turning around was McWaters looking for an opening. Watson closed that off. Rebound to the Outlaws. McNulty behind the net. And they'll kick it back out with plenty of time on the shot clock. Into the final minute here of this game. 10 on the shot clock. 50 on the game clock. Triolo caught McNulty by surprise with that pass. And with 40 seconds left, Monarchs are going to give it one last try. Claire. Dump it off, and that's turned over. And flipped up and down the carpet with 20 seconds left. Good heads-up play as it looks like that's going to about do it as there's a violation. Possession is going to go to Oshawa, and they're just going to let this run its course, and it does. So the Oshawa Outlaws come up with another big win. They're now 5-6. They'll slide up into 4th spot. The Monarchs will drop as they go to 5-5. So that will do it for us here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. We'll catch you as Week 10 in the Arena Lacrosse League continues tomorrow at the ILA.